Alright folks, Sykes here again, and this time I've got some advice for all you lonely furries out there, because I know it's very hard to find another furry for your little, for love, for mating and that. Personally, I don't have no trouble with that. I'm up to my spuds in Quim, but some of you in the community may have issues. That's why I've got this beautiful atmospheric mood lighting going on. It's very sort of romantic, sort of threatening, But the reason is because I'm going to give you my top tips for finding, when you found the right person, how to win their heart, when you know who you want and you want to, impress them. So here's my 4 top tips, so to speak, on how to get them. So number 1 is commission art of you together. So you don't have to ask them about this. Just get a picture of their character, or just describe it to the artist from memory, and get some nice art together. And I'm not talking about just nice girly art. You want to show your love for them, don't you? You want to make it special. So just think of the most extreme fetish that you have, right? And have that drawn. Something that really will express the inner you, the side of the really dirty, nasty stuff, whatever it may be. Well, I'm not sure what you're into, but what it'll do is it'll show them that you're thinking of them in that way, and with the most intimate and secret part of yourself as well. So they're going to love that. Maybe 5 or 6 pictures, and post them up publicly so that everyone can see how much you love each, how much you care, how much you care. That's what it's about. That is, And number 2, obviously, when you've done that and they know about you, they've seen you together, you can start talking to them then. So start just sending them messages. There's a secret to making messages work in the furry fandom, and that is just to repeat the same over and over. It doesn't matter if they're AF, if they're away from the keyboard, if they're not there, just keep saying, it's like this. It's like, hello, 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 nuzzles your neck. Yeah, don't be afraid to start role playing before they start speaking to you. That is, that will show that you're serious to them, because they'll know that you're serious then. And then, just, do a whole role play scene maybe even pre-write it and just flood it to them, flash it all up in vivid detail, as your first message. That is one of the best ways to get their attention, and it shows that you're serious. You've put time in to write all that out and to imagine doing those things to them, and they're going to pick up on that. They're going to like it. Now, you should also make sure you message them on every possible contact detail you have. Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, letters, daub something on their door, whatever. Just make sure as many contact points happen at the same time, and just keep messaging them till the police turn up or they respond. One or the other, because people they'll understand that kind of thing. They'll love it. So next comes, obviously, I did touch on this earlier about talking about the door thing. Make sure you dox them, okay? Make sure you find where they live, and maybe a couple of times a week, sit outside their house, message them that you're there, let them know that you love them, that you're there for them, and you're gonna, and you know where they live, and you can protect them from the weirdos and creeps that are out there, because there's plenty of them. Believe me, there are some weirdos. There are some weirdos around, it. So yeah, and maybe walk up to the window and stare in, make sure they're all right, and then later on send them a message and tell them what they were doing, because it shows you're paying attention. It shows that you were paying attention, and they'll pick up on that, and they'll be like, oh, isn't he sweet watching me sleeping, or on the toilet, or whatever it is. So the next thing, of course, the final thing, is when you actually get to meet in person. Now, normally, this will occur at a fur meet or a con, okay, a convention. And the secret here is to be subtle, to be as subtle as possible, right? And that is to just follow them round. Don't talk to them. You don't need to talk, because your love is just, it's obvious, it's out there. It's in the air. You can smell it almost. I'm sure they will smell it. So they'll see your your desperation or whatever, and you just follow them around, be completely silent, don't talk, just, you know, hang about with their mates, be standing in a corner when they're there, follow them into the dealer's den, follow them back to their rooms, whatever, you know, it's sometimes it's obvious that you know, and eventually they'll respond to that, one way or another, you know, maybe a restraining order, but I always like to think a restraining order is like a love letter from the court to you, you know, it's like a little acknowledgement, it's something you got, you know, but yeah. So, yeah, that's my main tips there. If you've got any questions, do ask, because I can sort you out. If you've got any particular people you're interested in, do, you know, do tell me, and tell me how it goes, how my advice works, because hearing about you having a success in love is what I'm looking for. All right, thank you very much.